Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. I welcome everyone who are in temple as well as who are online. We are going further on our study of Shrimad Bhagwat Gita. Chapter 4, Jnana Karma Sannyas Yogo Nama Chaturtho Adhyaya. Chapter 4 we are going on, and we were on 15th shloka where we were looking at the God's instruction that you follow. Evam Gyatva Krutam Karma Purvairapi Mumukshubhihi. All those mumukshu people who have walked on the path, walk on the same path if you want the moksha, liberation. So, we were looking at it, and that means that we need a guru. We must have a guru. We must have somebody to be referred to. We should have some reference so that we can walk on that path. And for that purpose, we were looking at the word guru. Why guru is necessary. We were looking at the shloka and we were trying to understand it. Walking on the path means what? They were big people. Can we walk on their path? Well, we should try. We may not be able to completely follow that procedure. But it is clear indication for need of a guru. So in last pravachan, we look at the point at what is the meaning of the word guru. Guru kaun hai? Jo chota nahi hai. Jisko kharida nahi ja sakta. You cannot buy him. You cannot buy him through money, through fame, through number of followers. You can't buy him. What are the qualities he should possess? A true guru should possess what qualities? And then why it is difficult to find a guru? Guru ko find karna kyun difficult hai? Guru mein hamare se zyada knowledge hona chahiye. Guru should be more knowledgeable than me. He should have better qualities than me. But if he is more knowledgeable, how do I evaluate his knowledge to make him my guru? Guru ko pehchanna bahut mushkil hai. It's very difficult to identify and follow a guru. How? Because we have got limited knowledge. How with a limited knowledge we can evaluate a person with more knowledge than me? That is today's problem also. So we follow the people who have got maximum number of followers. Phala guru aaye, 40,000 ki bheed ho gayi. He must be a big guru because there are 40,000 people following him. That is how we evaluate. So that is a problem, how to find a good guru, true guru. And then what is guru seva? Guru ki seva matlab kya? Uske pair dabana? Definitely, it should be there. But what does it mean, the true guru seva? That is what we looked at. And following the guru means what? And what is guru darshan? Guru ke darshan kya hote hain? Guru to samajhiye guru chale gaye, jatasya dhruvam mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Guru chale gaye. Abhi kaise uske seva karenge? Abhi uske kaise pair dabayenge? How we will, do the guru seva? How we will have a guru darshan? He is in a photograph. He is in a picture. He is in a statue. How will we do the guru seva? And guru darshan, that is what we talked last time. And we reach a question. So if we have to follow the path, see, this is a very important point to be noted. And if we understand this, major problems of today's life will be resolved. So the question is, if you have to follow a path, if you have to follow a guru, then is there a chance? Is there an opportunity? Is there a possibility that we can follow a new path? वो चले वही करना और वैसे ही करना? That is the question. Is there any opportunity for the new thoughts? There will be new thoughts with the change of time, with the change of technology, with the change of population, people, demographics, so many things. तो कोई chance है? Does Sanatan Dharma allows it? Does it allow change in thoughts? And that is where we stopped. So we will go forward from there. I will chant the shloka and we will go forward from that point. Evam gyatva krutam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram krutam. Purvai purva taram kritam kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Tasmatvam, you also do the same way, follow the same path of purve rapi. What the mumukshus purve before did, you do the same path. That is what he is telling. God is telling. So the question is, any opportunity of creativity and new thoughts? Or is it only to be a follower? Is it only to be a follower? Follower कौन? जो सबसे ज्यादा माने, जो कहा है वो वर्बेटिम करे, उसी को फॉलोअर कहेंगे, उसी को सच्चा शिष्य कहेंगे. Is there any possibility or there is no chance of changes in the thoughts? And this is greatest strength of Sanatan Dharma, greatest strength of Sanatan Dharma. Progressive idealism is the word, progressive idealism. We must allocate some time to this. This is very important part. To understand what is Sanatan Dharma, how it is different from so-called word religion. As the world is changing, the principles will remain same, but the actions will be different. The principles will remain same, but the actions will be different. Let us take few examples. Let us take the examples of avatars. अवतार आए यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम धर्मस्य तदात्मनं सृजनम परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम. What is the purpose? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. This is principle. This is principle. So various avatar come. Bhagwan आए, अलग अलग अवतार लेकर आए during various periods, during various time period. The fundamental objective and motive is same for all avatars. Is same. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam. We see that the actions are different by different avatars. What Parshuram did, Ram did not. परशुराम ने जो ऐसा क्या किया काम, वैसा राम ने नहीं किया. जैसे राम ने किया वैसा कृष्ण ने नहीं किया. परशुराम did different work than Vaman. वामन ने पृथ्वी मांगा, मावन ने मांगा. He came as a beggar. Parshuram killed the people. Rama followed the procedure. Krishna didn't follow the principles. The earlier principles he didn't follow. We see their actions are different. But the upliftment of the society is the final goal, which is achieved through various procedures, various actions, different actions. Principle is same, but the actions are different. Avatar is clearly showing that thing to us. Let us take a small story from Mahabharata. We all know about Yajnavalkya. If you do not know, please Google. One of the greatest sage. Based on his principles, even we are living today. हम जब शादी बनाते हैं तो वो जो उसके श्लोक हैं वो किसने लिखे हैं? Yajnavalkya wrote it. When we commit, it's not very simple. I hereby pronounce you as a man and the woman in the name of the Holy Spirit. It is not that simple. The shlokas are made with purpose. It has got some values in it. It has got meaning in it. And those are written by Yajnavalkya. Those are written by Yajnavalkya. So this is a story of Yajnavalkya. He was a student. Yajnavalkya was a student of Vaishampayan. Vaishampayan uske guru the. Yajnavalkya was a student. Vaishampayan was he was a great guru, but he was an angry mooded person. Garam dimag ke guru the. One day what happened? Vaishampayan was absent. Vaishampayan absent रह गए, नहीं आए गुरुकुल में. So all the students, including Yajnavalkya, were waiting when the guru will come, when he will come. But the guru didn't turn up. Guru was absent. He didn't turn up. He was having some urgent work, so he could not come. So Yajnavalkya told all the students, why we have to depend on guru? Why we have to, waste our time waiting for it? The knowledge is in the books. So, let us together study, self-study. So, all the other students asked, who will teach? Who will make the meaning? He told, okay, let me do that. So, Yajnavalkya started teaching. And the class went on and the class finished. Next day, Vaishampayan came and he asked, sorry, yesterday there was no class. I was absent. The students told, no, we finished the topic. We completed that in yesterday's class. And Vaishampayan asked, oh, who took the class? Who teach you? Who taught you? And then people told, oh, Yajnavalkya taught us. He was a very bright student. Vaishampayan liked him. But the ego hurt. The Vaishampayan's ego got hurt. Vaishampayan told, oh, you think you are such a big, knowledgeable person. If you think so, give me my knowledge back. I will not give you my knowledge. Give me my knowledge back. वैशंपायन ने कहा याज्ञवल्क्य को मैंने तुझे जो सिखाया है वो मुझे वापस दे दो. वापस दे दो. Technology may be present at that time. We don't know. So Yajnavalkya told, okay. And Yajnavalkya, ऐसा लिखा है, Yajnavalkya vomited. He vomited the knowledge. Basically, it may be, in today's technology, he may have got a cloud storage files which he gave back. Maybe. We don't know the technology side. But what is written, याज्ञवल्क्य ने वमन कर दिया, उल्टी कर दी. वो ज्ञान जो उसने लिया था दिमाग में, उसकी उल्टी कर दी. He vomited his knowledge. And he told, okay, I am going away. I will write my own way. But his knowledge was so important. His knowledge was so much valuable that all the other students wanted to get that knowledge. He was a bright student. So it is told that all those students, including Vaishampayan, they got themselves converted into Titar. Titar is the name of a bird. In Hindi that is called as a Titar. It looks like a dove. Tetar. In Gujarati it is called as Tetar. In Hindi it is Titar. So those students came in the form of Titar. And they pick up. वो चुग लिए उन्होंने वो ज्ञान के दाने. ऐसा लिखा है. And then from there, that knowledge which they took from that vomited knowledge is written in a form of a Upanishad. And that is why it is named as a Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad is created like that. It is woman. It is vomit of knowledge from Yajnavalkya. That much powerful he was. And then he told, okay, I will write the whole new Yajurveda. The whole new Yajurveda means what? The new meaning, the applicable meaning at that time. I will write a new Yajurveda. And he wrote Shukla Yajurveda. Till then it was only Krishna Yajurveda. He wrote Shukla Yajurveda. Yajnavalkya wrote the whole Shukla Yajurveda. And those shlokas from the Shukla Yajurveda are being followed even today. The marriages which we do, the shlokas which are chanted during the marriage, during any auspicious occasion, is from Shukla Yajurveda, Yajnavalkya. Why we take this story? Opportunity for improvement, opportunity to change. There is opportunity, there is opening, there is flexibility to change. It is there. Motive should be same, objectives should be same. And that is progressive idealism. We all hear, पुराने ज़माने में शास्त्रार्थ होते थे. I always say that. I am a big promoter and supporter of शास्त्रार्थ. पहले के ज़माने में शास्त्रार्थ होते थे. शास्त्रार्थ का मतलब क्या होता था? What was शास्त्रार्थ? सब लोग मिलते थे और सोचते थे. So in our mind, the शास्त्रार्थ means what? जिसको ज़्यादा knowledge है, बुद्धिवादी, बुद्धिपादी, जो ज़्यादा इंटेलेक्चुअल आर्ग्यूमेंट कर सकता है वो जीत जाएगा और उसको इनाम मिलेगा. वो शास्त्रार्थ है. No, शास्त्रार्थ is not that. कुंभ मेला, every 13 years, people will be meeting all around in the country, will come together. Only for what? Taking a dip in Ganga? That's the only purpose? What's the meaning? Let us reconsider, with the change in technology, with the change in demographic, with the change in people, with the change in need of society, how we can modify and still apply the same principles for upliftment of the society. हाँ, इसके लिए शास्त्रार्थ होता था. नए जमाने में हमारे जो विचार है उसको कैसे अप्लाई किया जाए, हाउ टू अप्लाई इट, व्हाट इज द बेस्ट वे टू अप्लाई इट, दैट वाज शास्त्रार्थ. अभी शास्त्रार्थ नहीं होता है तो क्या होता है? वॉर इसीलिए होती है. There is a group of people who think in one way, and then there is another group of people who think in another way. They don't talk. There is no stage to discuss the best way, the application. So might is right. जो जिसमें मैं मानता हूं उसमें मैं मेरे पूरे रिसोर्सेज डालूंगा. That may be people to people, country to country. इतनी सारी वॉर चल रही है, क्यों चल रही है? पैसे के लिए, खाना खाने के लिए. डिफरेंस इन थॉट्स. दुनिया हमारे हिसाब से चलनी चाहिए. अच्छा नहीं, वो क्या आप अभी बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं तो अभी क्या समझ गए हम ऐसा? नो, इट इज वेरी स्मॉल ऑल्सो. घर में सासू बहू, मदर इन लॉ, डॉटर इन लॉ, द टाइम हैज चेंज्ड. At the time of mother-in-law, who was a daughter-in-law, at that time there was no television, there was no computer, mother-in-law was not doing a job. She was not having that kind of education and responsibility as a business. So what happened? There was a different way of doing work, and now there is different. अभी अगर mother-in-law बोलेगी नहीं मैं करती थी वैसे ही करना, हर रोज सुबह रंगोली डालो घर के बाहर, हर रोज खाना बना के खिलाओ, नहीं चलेगा. Now if there is no discussion, there is no normal ground, and the basic objective, what is that? Gratitude towards the seniors, gratitude, respect, वो होना चाहिए, वो होना ही चाहिए. There should be respect, there should be gratitude, there should be seva and care of the people. But the procedure will change. Mother-in-law was once upon a time, when her mother-in-law was having a birthday, she was making a sweet at home. Now the new daughter-in-law may bring a cake from outside, eggless cake. Change हो जाएगा. But the gratitude will remain same. Respect will remain same. That is the meaning. Progressive idealism, and Sanatan Dharma approves of progressive idealism. Other schools of thoughts doesn't follow that. Other schools of thoughts are telling what? If you believe and if you follow what is written in the book, then only you are a pious person. Otherwise you are sinful. हम जो कहते हैं वही सही है. What is written is correct, other people are infidel. That is what is told. So the issue arises when the interpretation of how there are multiple ways the issues are arising. Number one is interpretation of what is written, because letters are dead. Anything which is written is actually dead. It is the interpretation which makes the meaning out of it. I always have a joke, that in a school there were pupils, the children were throwing the garbage anywhere. So the principal wrote, throwing the garbage out of the window is not allowed. What is written? Throwing the garbage outside the window is not allowed. That was written. So student told, okay, so throwing the garbage is not allowed. Putting the garbage is allowed. Throwing the garbage out of window is not allowed, but maybe out of door is allowed. Letters are dead. The moment anything is written, it depends on the interpreter how to make a meaning out of it. Garbage throwing is not allowed. You can throw a person outside the window. Anything written may be interpreted in multiple ways. So if anything is written and it is told that you only follow the words which are written over there, then it depends on the interpreter's brain. Interpret करने वाले के दिमाग के ऊपर dependent है. And because the time changes, the interpretation changes. So it becomes difficult to follow what is written. It depends on the scholar who is interpreting it. And also, in the book, it is written in a segment of a time. Some part of it may not be applicable or it is obsolete. Especially when the world is becoming smaller. People travel, they meet others. Availability of resources are not limited. So if it is written, the time changes. Yeah, I always give it, we know the example. If anybody is taking a bribe, in Hindi we say, वो पैसा खाता है. वो पैसा खाता है. वो सरकारी अधिकारी पैसा खाता है. ऐसा कहते हैं, पैसा खाता है. So after 500 years, when there is a totally cashless world, cash nahi hai, kuch bhi nahi hai, it's a different type of economy at that time, 500 years. At that time, if you read the scripture written 500 years ago, the book, it is written, paisa khata hai. So they will imagine that the money may be in the form of bread. रोटी के हिसाब से करेंसी होगी. करेंसी कौन सी होगी? रोटी. क्यों? खाता है लिखा है. खाता है ऐसा लिखा है. पैसा खाता था. पैसा कैसे खा सकता है? It should be in the form of a roti. So the currency should be in the form of a roti. If that is interpreted, what will happen? Incorrect interpretation. So, point is, progressive idealism, very important. We should be all proud of Sanatana Dharma. We should be all proud of it. That we are progressive idealism. We are following progressive idealism. Understanding the uniqueness of Sanatana Dharma will make us feel proud and speak freely about it. नहीं, आपका धर्म सब धर्म सरीका ऐसा नहीं होता. ऐसा नहीं होता. सनातन इज धर्म, अदर्स आर रिलीजियन. संप्रदाय कहते हैं उसे. नाउ वी विल लुक इनटू द प्रोसीजर ऑफ लर्निंग फ्रॉम गुरु. अभी गुरु भी मिल गए. वी गॉट गुरु. वी फाउंड somehow luckily we found the guru. He is teaching us how to learn from him. एक ही टीचर सिखाते हैं. एक बच्चे को 90% आता है, दूसरे बच्चे को 30% आता है. One student brings gold medal in university, the same guru, the same class, another student fails. So it is important to find a guru, but also how to learn from him is equally important. Otherwise the final impact, the final result will not be achieved. It will not be achievable. How to learn from Guru. So for that purpose, we had the Gurukul method. The method of teaching all the people in the society. Number one, all the people of the society will go to the Gurukul. एक भी बच्चा गुरुकुल जाए बगैर नहीं रहेगा. Let us go one by one, compare, why there is a problem. Why we find that the society is more unstable now. Today, if you are economically not capable, you can't send your kid for the school. It is for a good school, where teacher is present. Gurukuls were free to learn and to dine and to stay. Lodging, boarding and education was totally free, included for all the people in the society. A child at the age of 6 will go to the Gurukul and come back home when he is 25. 25. Almost 19 years he will spend in Gurukul. During this time, he will not be connected to the family and will be 100% devoted to the Gurukul. He is not only doing getting the education and study from the books, but he is actively doing all the work of the Gurukul. हम सुनते हैं ना, कृष्णा और सुदामा गए जंगल में लकड़ी लेने के लिए. Why a prince like Krishna has to go for लकड़ी लाने के लिए in Gurukul? Why he has to go? आज की तारीख में बिल गेट्स का लड़का क्या लकड़ी लेने के लिए जाएगा? कोई पैसे वाला का लड़का क्या झाड़ू निकालेगा यूनिवर्सिटी की टॉयलेट में से? Then we talk about equality. It is more inequality now than there at that time. So he will do all the work for the Gurukul needed as per his skill and as per his capacity. There is no difference between the students due to their backgrounds. Krishna and Sudama is an example. Krishna was a prince. Sudama was a common man's son. Drupad and Dron. Drupad was a prince. Dron was a poor Brahmin son. But both learned the same thing, the weaponry. They both were skilled inherently for that. So what was Gurukul? How the study, how the education should be given, how the education should be there, is the key, is the first step. दुनिया में इतना प्रॉब्लम है, कैसे सुधारेंगे? First step is Gurukul method. First and most important, it should be free and accessible to all. That is number one part. So we will go slowly here because this is in Hindi as well as in English. You know, it's very important. It's not completely translatable, but let me try. So first is Varna Shiksha ki Vyavastha. Education per aptitude of the student. Opportunity to execute my best, which makes me happy. सबसे पहला ये होता है वर्ण के हिसाब से एजुकेशन not depending on the abundance of wealth and resources. What is the application of this? Our happiness. We see millionaires doing hobby. बड़ा mansion है मगर वो वहाँ जाके वो gardening करता है. क्यों करता है? Because he is happy. His aptitude is towards that. He likes to cook. He likes to play music. But because of one or the other reason, now he is an industrialist. But his happiness is lying in music. So, Varna Shiksha ki Vyavastha, depending on the aptitude of a person, if that person may be very rich, but he is not happy. Finally, what we need is a happy society. Happiness कहाँ मिलेगी? जो काम करने में मुझे आनंद आता है. जो काम करने में मुझे आनंद आता है, वो काम मेरा अर्थोपार्जन का होना चाहिए. The work which I like to do inherently with my qualities should be my profession to earn bread and butter. Then I am happy. Otherwise unhappy. कितना भी कमा लो, 40 साल कमा के रिटायर होने के बाद भी आदमी को पूछो, बोलता है 40 साल ऐसे ही निकाले. 40 साल ऐसे ही निकाले, अच्छा नहीं लगा. इंडिया में बहुत अच्छा है. I met a person 45 years in Canada, but you ask him, he will always say India is good. I asked him, then why did you even spend 45 years of life here? चला जाना था. Don't consider other factors. If India is good, be where you like to be there. क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि वर्ण व्यवस्था, वर्ण शिक्षा की व्यवस्था नहीं है. The education which is based on your liking, your aptitude, and then earning bread and butter, doing that work. That is the best way to make a person happy. And also they will be excellent in their profession because they like to do it. उसको कहना नहीं पड़ेगा सुबह उठ के जाओ नौकरी के ऊपर भागो, वो खुद ही उठ के भागेगा क्योंकि उसको वो अच्छा लगता है, उसको वो करना है. That is the thing. Number one, वर्ण शिक्षा की व्यवस्था. वर्ण शिक्षा की व्यवस्था, वर्ण के हिसाब से education per aptitude of the student and opportunity to execute his best to make him happy. Second point is ज्ञानार्जन, कौशलार्जन और बलार्जन के लिए मार्गदर्शन. बहुत हिंदी हेवी हो गया. Development of knowledge, skills and strength. Direction to develop. Margadarshan. Knowledge gives the direction, skills give the feeling of achievement, and the strength gives the opportunity to protect and continue in life. These are the three very important things. Jnanarjan, getting the knowledge. Kaushalarjan, being skilled into it. And Balarjan, having more strong better skills, stronger way of doing it. Strength and to give the opportunity to protect. That is what the Gurukul, what we are looking at is that how Gurukul was giving the education. What is a method of giving education for the society so that everybody will feel happy while they are living through their life. The third is Shastriya Shiksha ka Pravadhan. Idealistic and progressive education. This is extremely important. If the education is not progressive, even best knowledge will become obsolete. In the old time, there were horse carts, bullock carts, and there is a school which is teaching how to make the best cart. How to make the best cart. सबसे अच्छे से अच्छा गाड़ी कैसे बनाएंगे, पहिया कैसे बनाएंगे, how to make a cart, how to make a chariot, ऐसे सिखाते थे. With the evolution of automobile, that knowledge will be obsolete. So the knowledge should be progressive. हमारे जमाने में ये था, अभी भी वही करो, नहीं चलेगा. हम लकड़ी से खाना बनाते थे, नहीं चलेगा, bring instant pot. Progressive. There should be progressive. Evolution of automobile made the cart industry obsolete. So what is the word, two important part, idealistic and progressive. Idealistic education is based on philosophy of idealism, which values the ideas, mind and spirit over the material things. This is idealistic. And progressive means learning through the experience and real life activities. You have got ideal, but how you apply it in today's life is important. And that is why idealistic and progressive education. Next is Shrestha Paramparaon ke Nirman ki Shiksha. Education to build the best traditions for the reference for future generation. It means respecting the good part of the traditional education like discipline, moral values and respecting the teacher. That is traditional values. But also adopting progressive methods like creativity, critical thinking and practical learning. What we are looking at, ये सब हम क्या देख रहे हैं? We are looking at how a guru should be teaching, what kind of education system. It may be in any area. Maybe in any area, maybe in any skill area. But it should be like that. Education, how, कैसे गुरु को भी तो पता होना चाहिए कि ज्ञान कैसे देना और शिष्य को पता होना चाहिए ज्ञान कैसे लेना. बैठ गए गुरु के सामने मंजीरा बजा रहे हैं, वो नहीं चलेगा. You have to learn. How to learn is also to learn. Next is जीवन के तत्वज्ञान और व्यवहार की शिक्षा. Sometimes people say, including even my father was telling, तत्वज्ञान की बात मत बोलो. तत्वज्ञान is different, philosophy is different, and real life is different. You cannot combine them together. That is what he was telling me. And I have heard it from many people. ज्ञान की बातें मत करो, तत्व ज्ञान की बातें मत करो. हाँ, ऐसा नहीं. अभी अभी हमारा प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करो. हाँ, तत्व ज्ञान की बातें मत करो. So जीवन के तत्व ज्ञान और व्यवहार की शिक्षा, education of the philosophy and practice in life. Education for understanding about the life and responsible behavior in the practical life. What is philosophy of life? Understanding the purpose, values and the meaning of the life. What is right, what is important, that is what it means. And practice of life is applying those values and ideas in the daily behavior and in a real situation. How to act, work and live with others. That should be there. Education that prepares a person both think rightly and to live rightly. That is what it means. Shrestha जीवन के तत्वज्ञान और व्यवहार के शिक्षा. So this is what, in very nutshell, how a Gurukul Parampara was there, how the Gurukuls were there, in what way they were teaching, in what way the students were learning. That is what a Gurukul method is. It's not that you just pay the fees, you go sit in the class, you open the book, and you learn the skills. Which skills? Which you will exert during your life to earn bread and butter and earn some position. That is not education. Education is not meant for that at all. Education is not meant for that. And because the education has become like that, there is unhappiness. पढ़े लिखे लोगों को भी परेशानी है, अनपढ़ लोगों को भी परेशानी है. Nobody is satisfied. That's the reason. Gurukul Paddhati is the right way. And it should be free and open for all. And how it should be delivered, that is what we talked about, Gurukul responsibilities and activities. So comparing today's time, education can be only afforded by the people who has got money. In India, I never know that. I heard that to become a doctor, if you are not going to government school, you have to pay 1 to 1.5 crore rupees of fees to become a doctor. How we expect an intelligent but a poor boy to become a doctor? And secondly, a person who has given money, who may not be enough intellectually ready and prepared to become a doctor, has become a doctor now. So what he will do? Doctor का काम क्या है? सेवा, शूद्र, परिचर्या. सेवा का काम है डॉक्टर का. वो डॉक्टर थोड़ा सेवा करेगा. वो पहले बोलेगा लाख रुपया रखो टेबल के ऊपर, 10 लाख रखो नहीं तो बाईपास सर्जरी नहीं होगी. That is what doctors are telling. And then we blame. We blame doctor, we blame everybody blames each other. Doctor will also say, $1.5 lakh रुपये का मैंने दिया था फीस पर ईयर, तो अभी तो वसूल करूंगा मैं, क्यों नहीं करूंगा? It is not सेवा for him, it is a business for him. सेवा क्या होती है? किसी भी रिटर्न की अपेक्षा के बगैर काम करना वो सेवा है. ये थोड़ा सेवा है, ये तो अपेक्षा है, सीधा क्लियर कट, to make maximum money. And he become doctor. A person who is not, varna, his nature is not seva, जिसको सेवा करने का इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, वो बन गया डॉक्टर. Then what will happen? This is going to happen. Yeah. Schools are selecting students only on the specific criteria. तुमको यह आता है तो ही हम तुमको लेंगे. But everybody is different. Even in Canada, same thing. We know, I'll be bold to say, almost 70%, 60% the students from African origin, black boys and girls, drop out. क्यों ड्रॉप होते हैं? कभी सोचा? I gave an example 2 weeks ago. I gave that example. A teacher is asking the class, today we are going to take the exam. You have to go up the tree. सामने जो पेड़ है उसके ऊपर चढ़ जाओ. Whoever will go first, उसके हिसाब से मार्क्स मिलेंगे. पहले जो चढ़ गया वो उसको फर्स्ट रैंक, then second rank, then third rank. Who are the students? There is a crow who can easily fly to the top. There is a monkey who can climb up. There is a penguin, because every student is different. This is symbolic. एक पेंगुइन के जैसा बच्चा है, वो चढ़ ही नहीं सकेगा, उसके लिए ट्री इम्पॉसिबल है, वो मर जाएगा तो भी नहीं चढ़ेगा. There is one elephant, he is too big to go on that small tree. उसका कैपेसिटी एलिफेंट का है. He has got the skill of an elephant. Other guy is a snake. Another guy is a snail. He will take 6 months to go up to the top of the tree. His capacity is that. नहीं, इक्वालिटी, सबको सेम एजुकेशन, सबको सेम तरीके से हम एग्जाम लेते हैं. If somebody will go and ask the teacher, are you doing any partiality or something? नहीं, हम सबका सेम एग्जाम लेते हैं. सबको सेम questions and answers. Everybody is asked the same question paper, go up the tree. But the capacity of each student is different. How can we expect that? I gave that example 2 weeks ago. That is why varna के हिसाब से शिक्षा की व्यवस्था, education as per the aptitude of the student. पहले उसका aptitude तो देखो, वो किसमें strong है. वो दौड़ सकता है, भाग सकता है, बास्केटबॉल खेल सकता है, उसको उसमें दो opportunity to grow. That is the problem. It is told as of today in Canada, average per student there is a $80,000 debt. By the time the students come out of the school as an undergrad, they have got average $80,000 debt. And remember, we are telling that Canada is a free education. ये कहाँ से आया? We have to all think, why I am telling progressive idealism? Progressive idealism. So once a person is out of the Gurukul, he will live further his life according to his education in the Gurukul. That is what the Gurukul Paddhati was. Okay, now the next question is, if I am told to walk on the path of Mumukshu, but Mumukshu is not, he is different, his skills are different, his work is different, his way of life is different. एक मुमुक्षु मिला, जर्मनी में रहता है, I can't live his life. He is living in Germany, I am living in Toronto. So how should I apply? Ye next step, after we learn in education, how should I apply that in my life? And where will I apply? How will I run my family? How will I do the earning? How will I enjoy? So there is a clear-cut demarcation line. There is a clear-cut demarcation line for what is a human and what is a non-human. A mumukshu is supposed to walk on the path, that means he is supposed to be a human. So what are the activities which are done by humans and what are the activities which are done by other than human? So there is a Hitopadesha shloka, shloka number 25, if somebody is interested to read. And we have talked about it many times here also. Ahar nindra bhaya maitunani samanya etat pashubir naram. Jnanam naranam adhiko vishesho jnanena hina pashubhi samana. Ahar nindra bhaya or maithun. Eating, sleeping, fear and the material happiness is common in animals, is common in animals and humans. So if my daily activities are limited only to these four, मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं सुबह खड़ा हो जाता हूँ, मुझे भूख लगती है, मैं खाता हूँ, फिर खाने के लिए कमाने के लिए जाता हूँ. Why? Because I cannot eat the garbage like a donkey or a dog. तो कमाने के लिए जाना पड़ेगा. If tomorrow our immune system is made like that, nobody will go to the schools. अभी क्या है, मैं कुछ भी खा सकता हूँ, मिट्टी खाऊंगा तो भी चलेगा, तो मैं क्यों काम करूँ? आहार, निंद्रा, sleep. What do we do? 1/3 of the time we sleep. Sleep is also a very big thing, physical and mental sleep. Yeah. गीता का प्रवचन ज्यादा लंबा हो जाएगा तो लोग दिमाग से सो जाते हैं. ऐसा भी होता है. So, sleep, bhaya, fear. Five types of fear, we have discussed it before. जीवन का भय, रोटी का भय, अपमान का भय, प्रियजन वियोग का भय, all these fears. And maithun means sensual happiness. खुशी मिलती है, अच्छा गाना सुनने से खुशी मिलती है, अच्छा खाने से खुशी मिलती है. Bodily, इंद्रिय सुख. सामान्य एतत् पशुभिर नराणाम. वो common, it is animals and human, it is common. So what I have to do, the education which I have got from the Gurukul, where I have to do? In other than these. In other than these, I am supposed to apply. We'll go quickly on that, we have got 2 minutes. Duty through my birth. So what I should be looking at? Duty through my birth. Individual aptitude brought from the birth for family and society. जहाँ मैं पैदा हो गया, उसके लिए मैं क्या करता हूँ? What am I doing? Duty for the land and culture. भूमि और संस्कृति के प्रति कर्तव्य. What am I doing for my culture, for my land? Duty as a human towards the nature. प्रकृति के प्रति मनुष्य का कर्तव्य क्या है? मैं प्रकृति के लिए क्या करता हूं? खाना तो खाता हूं. ऐसे पानी की बोतल ली, पानी पिया, बोतल फेंक दी रास्ते के ऊपर, प्लास्टिक बोतल. I throw away on the road, in the bus. And duty for oneself to improve the life. इसी जीवन में सुधार के लिए स्वयं के प्रति क्या कर्तव्य है? That is what. These are the 4 areas which we have to work on. For what? With the skills and education which we got from the Gurukul Paddhati, we have to execute in this area. बाकी चलेगा, कमाओ, कैसे भी कमाओ, खाओ पियो, बड़ा बंगला बनाओ, गाड़ी घुमाओ, no problem. शादी बनाओ, बच्चे करो. That is part of, as we told, सामान्य एतत् पशुभिर नराणाम. चलेगा, उसकी ना नहीं है, मगर वो लिमिटेड है, वो इनफ नहीं है. हाउ डू आई फॉलो दिस इन माई डेली पाथ? हाँ, कथा सुनने के बाद में पंडित जी बोलते हैं कथा करते हैं, तो फिर उसके लिए हमारे जो डेली कोर्स में कुछ चेंज होना चाहिए. वी शुड हैव सम चेंज in our life, in our daily actions, then it is applicable. So God is explaining further in the next shloka about how to select and act in life, and that we will look at in next Wednesday pravachan 6 to 6:45 कि ये जो समझते तो हैं मगर how to apply, कैसे apply करेंगे, that we will look at in the 16th shloka. We are going to do the namaskar to the 15th shloka here, and we will go to the 16th shloka next Wednesday 6 to 6:45 at Jai Durga temple as usual. Till then I wish everyone a good time. Take the flu shot and COVID shots as you find necessary. Stay healthy. And we will meet again next Wednesday 6 to 6:45. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah.